Grania Holland. Agus tá faran na fáilte rómhaiste go dtí Ruaille Buaille an seo a Highland Radio tá na text eithrithe ar oscailte neamhní thugta sé neamhní dá chuig neamhní táid beor Facebook agus tá WhatsApp ar oscailte fásta ag leat teachtarachta agal fan ar gonneasa ar WhatsApp ná ar Facebook chomáid faram sa fáilte ribhe í canúirí sa stúdio an áit. Tá Sean ó Choráin agus tá Ann Quinn an seo agus tá Ann arás ar mo chláirsa ní achama tú le Tamiltán a tá sé galanta i gcónaí tú a eiceil agus míle buíthe sa teartaiste agus do chuid taithíthe agus craiceala go léir rantlínne an seo ar Highland má leisciil. So tá gcónaí rudaí ag tarlaí sa Cara House Cibí. Agus tá cinnneil scéimúr a Robert agam se anis maidir leis an pobl úr a tá tacha go dtíon siar. So sinna cinnneil ábhar canse tuganne na rangan na úra atá ar fáile chuthir fáile na daoine atá na gcónaí an seo go thuair sa tír. So inistúna cin dó thosaí sinna.
Well, tis a go tumise le Cara House na blion tú nus an is ag múna Gaelic. Agus an nuirí, well, hála sé cinnal mar háisme bhí bunrang ar fáil agin in Cara House. Agus hánig daoine nuaiste. Daoine ón phobal nuaiste. Agus is daithe bhí meascanon idir éirní agus an phobal nua. Agus Jerry go hínt an rang. Agus am lína bhí seach na Gaelige agus
Tarlíonn rudaí cehí a hirí
seach na Gaelige agus seachtain chimsaí hóisiilte sin Social Inclusion Week bhí si de gríoch le chéile. Agus fuair mi scaart ó Sean an sin rud agrú don ocaid, seach na Gaelige a chealarú ag a deanta seachtain chimsaithe. Agus an rud a dagrú mé bhí muid a deanta an Museum Litracan fásta chuirmuid ocaidir siúlthús an sin. Agus bhí cinnal rangbag chur fáil don na nghaoine. Agus bhí ceálan, bhí deis acu ceál agus cheáil siad Buaille Nelamy. Bhí toras chur fáil dahan daine sin agus rinú stew tradiisianta fásta agus Jerry an ocaid sin go chénta. Agus níos sin fuair mi scaart ó Conor na Gaelige Seán Marcate a ré go raibh scíam nua acu. Sin an scíam 100,000 fáilte. Agus rud atá gceist sin na rudaí cultúr chur ar fáil don phobal nua taigean. Agus de mart seo hagin bé muidir chur tús le rang don phobal nua. Agus a deanta sin níos agan gothúir bhí na cardlanna ag tarlú, but furas Jontas fásta fa couple of cardlan a chur fáil don phobal nua mar hampla ceáil beidir rince beidir drámaí nílas agin dé a gceist go fáil, but tá migsúil go mór lei sin.
Níl dóir bhí níos fearr le teanga ólam beidir na fríd drámaíocht agus mí agus na lehéidí.
Agus chuann sí leis an Gaeilge, tus a gitnar tatug fólam teangaí go háirí an éireann, ní aonn tú mór an deisna golamá as an grá range agus Gaeilge go leoirt. So tá rudaí mar sin, cardlar na mar sin ionta tábhachta chun cinnal fiosa choir a méide tá fólma agad hana féin. Is dóithe mar múnseir tíim dahíh den scéal, agus is fóla mar mé go fáil. Tá tuairt fao maistrucht tan éiste hen, rinn mi céim couple of bhléana hen. Agus tá na sig múnú, so tíhim an dahíh den scéal, na cinnal dúchlan na tá gceist mar múnseir agus mar ólamar. So,
Tuigim go ddíire de chas mar bhí an cinál taithí héan agamsa a taithí cearn agamsa ag bogu go dtíon géalteacht agus dul an gléiclis an teanga bhhaim nádartha léthúil agus ní an taithí sin agamsa a Harabí rih sin. A bhí giligad na lór agamsa agus dulm giligar scáil pegs airs an crétar bart bhí tahanna de chuir síos go fáil.
The several scale agus seasons in the ocean to galanta really.
Yeah. Bhhailm sa go
more mass again ner very much the skull, but
agus scéaltí be go deas tíor fásta. Ba cos le fihi bliananig fástar bhela. Agus mar galar sin a hanig pobl bag do a chuid chéin an sin le chéile daoine as na tíre Jeffrey le chuideachú tá bailíthe an seo linne an áir studio.
Tá ban as an Bulgar, far as an Ukraine, agus ban eile as an Palestine.
Yep, so tá fáilte mór róibhse Elena agus Lína agus Sergei tá fáilte róibh isteach go dtí an studio an seo agus go maithigh as teachta isteach fásta. Tell us about your experiences. Where are you from, first of all? We'll start with Elena. You're Bulgarian.
Is mi Elena. Is an Bulgarme. Dame muchoni in Litter kennen anish. And
my who? Jazz to echo. In Chelsea studio. Go my get this practice, yeah.
So I started learning Irish maybe 2 years ago, but it's hard to improve, to be honest, because it's completely different than any other language I speak, and it took me lots of time until I learn how to hear it even. And Irish language is not very easily readable, which is a problem because if you can't read it, you can't pick up vocabulary easily. But it's a very interesting language. It sounds a bit old language for me. I don't know how old is the Irish language, but
it's the oldest. Is it the oldest in Europe?
All right, of course it is.
Of course it is. Yeah, well, what it's the oldest.
Yeah.
Greece, or Greek is the oldest, I think, and then Latin would have been second, and Irish is the third.
Yeah, but Latin is not speakable anymore, so it's the second, let's say.
That's true.
Yeah, let's move it.
Yeah.
Ahead. So, yeah. So.
Yeah, lovely. So why? I mean, you have children living here as well.
Yes, I have 3 children. They're at school at the moment,
okay.
And they learn Irish at school. They started even from play school, bringing some words and start saying some rhymes, and it was interesting. It's very enjoyable because children just pick up it without questioning it, without thinking too much. It's different when you're an adult and you're asking why is that, why they just don't do it simple. Yeah, but children just pick up it and it's well easier with them.
Yeah, very interesting. So they must have very good teachers if they can come in after school and sing Buaille and count and you know.
Yeah, and they correct me all the time as well.
Very good. So and then we have Sergei. Sergei, you are from Ukraine.
Yep, that's true. I'm from Ukraine. Goramagat, thank you for having me here today.
Ta falta rota, Hannah. Just me through. Lascavo prossimo.
Oh, yeah, that's actually correct, yeah.
Hey, Tommy, I get the sticker at the end of the class.
You're very good, yeah. Well, speaking about Irish, well, since I arrived here to Ireland like more than 2 years ago, I had the thoughts about how can I become closer to the Irish community, how can I, know more about the people who who have me here in their country, and it was one of the, I think, main goals for me to learn Irish at least at the basic level, and for now the N helps me a lot with this, and I signed up for the new classes, upcoming classes, so hopefully I will improve myself in the future.
No pressure. My friend.
Yeah.
So you enjoy the classes?
Yeah, of course. Like it's very good. It's very good to hear the language when you're learning it. Actually, hear it from the native speakers, not only reading and listening online. Yeah, you have to speak with somebody alive to to actually hear it, to know it,
To learn it properly?
to learn it properly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think I can remember a lot of words of Irish that I learned over the years from the context, from who I was speaking to, who what we were talking about, and the word fits like a jigsaw puzzle rather than a kind of a random word that I've picked up from a book. It means a lot more, as a learner of a language. Like I learned Irish, through my wife who speaks Irish. So yeah, that was my experience as well. The language came to life more. Vi needs more spirit on faster. There was more of a spirit in the language when I was, obviously through my wife. Very romantic.
Yeah, it's actually true. It helps a lot when you learning some words maybe online through the mobile apps, and then you hear them live, then you hear it from somebody, and it all connects in your mind. You build in all these connections, and you ended up being like knowing something new, and it's pretty exciting.
Very good, yeah. Like the chattel.
Mashig's mean you're a matrix.
Okay, go míle maithigad agus Sergei agus Lena. Lena tá fáilte road fasta. And where are you from, Lena? Cabas Tussa.
I'm from Jordan, originally from Palestine. Is Lena, Grandma Yogat. I went to the course because of Elena. She was talking about the course, but it was in the evening, I think 2 years ago.
That's right.
And then she told me that the course will be in the morning hours. So I told her, yes, I'm gonna go. And I learned it because of my daughter. She started to say a couple of words in Irish, and I want to understand what she's saying to me.
So she doesn't have a secret language that
Yeah.
she can use. Yeah.
Hold on.
No.
So she attends school locally here in Letterkenny.
Yeah, in Bomani.
Very good.
Yeah, and she started now school.
Okay, so there's an emphasis sort of on the education as well. You see that that your child is going to need Irish, and obviously you want to help your daughter educationally and help her with homework and that.
Yeah, I want just to help her with anything. I'm starting to learn, but I don't know how it will take for me to learn Irish. But hopefully, I will learn it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a difficult language. I mean, the vocabulary is. I think English is a lot more difficult, for a beginner, because I think yes, it is. Yeah.
Maybe because I learned it from school, it gets stuck in my head. But I don't know. My first language is Arabic. It's different than anything else.
Yeah.
It's different than English.
Of course.
But I found that English is easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
I suppose English in the media and in movies and that kind of thing.
Maybe, yeah.
It's already been there.
It's been there, yeah.
You've been learning it for your whole life, but the Irish is like completely new. And now we're getting older. It's becoming more difficult to learn something new, especially the new.
That's an excuse, my friend.
An excuse.
That's an excuse. It's a good excuse.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But I think
it's a good one.
There are similarities between, I think, Ukrainian and Irish. Like some of the grammar is similar.
Like with English and Ukrainian also got something in common. A lot of words. For example, we've got a lot of words in Ukrainian like that we got from English language. I don't think that we got some from Irish, but still it's kind of same. There are some words that they're similar in all the languages.
That's true, yeah.
They are not translatable, or how to say, they're same in all languages.
Yeah. So it's not an easy language, you don't think, Lena? But I think so. The vocabulary isn't as broad as English. English is the broadest language. There's more words to learn, and for a beginner. I taught English in Korea for a couple of years, and you know, I saw children who were brought up sort of with no link at all to English, and they wouldn't have had any of the English language apart from hamburger and sandwich and very cool, and you know, that's the kind of language that they would have had very basic sort of words. But you know, it's very, very difficult. I thought that it was difficult to teach English compared to Irish. I think it's easier. Could you heal into that?
Well,
Codgilum.
but the Christy and teen, I suppose that she says, Spralium and Gaelic,
Yeah.
you know, agus is Kevin nervy me torching and Lena and me and Chasta Soshra, Heparm, Scudu Barrel.
I'd have heard
Agus
you
for
on-
me honor Gaelic. Heparm, you know,
Because
daddy.
it's the skull he's in the Calibaga.
V, yeah.
right.
You know, daddy's Australian, but anyway,
Wow.
could be.
But
But Shinda Ketcha, have
no,
I?
but Cajun different in Gaelic because the Merlit's a chorus said you I like
Te Cajun, but I suppose the Cajun different either who am a Haila Fosta. Can't you do it to my Hishmary?
oh yeah.
So
As
vi
you'd said.
Gaelic again, mar héad changa sort of hosmudge or skull.
Okay.
Agus
Was the
sin
couple of Falkland
teaching
kind of thing.
hona
As
mas.
Tabas the Hishmore can
Chillen wahar agus as mulladu vi siadar mulladu agus bombeg mahar. Huisher skull and vonbag agus during the shackna huish go mulladu.
like that was
Vi ag dausa, yes. No vi chatarnaku agus just vi granja, I suppose torchar and tarnya agus muncher vi ma hianwacher. So vi sig munu and vonbag agus danchilina shanwacher. So tá octors ar scéal simú actually doctor sa chláin agus an kid cahar to Gaelic acu agus hu sé ar scoil ní dór agus an darna cahar hu sé scoil am dú díra tras an móhar so
they would give the Gaelic on
Yeah, so-
yeah.
but no ó bhí mé ág bhí sim ar dóid agam an Gaelic agus mar dúirt mud rí an rihanna glúiseo you know dúirt tosí léine ar an bhanscoil tá caidian kind of jazz on ar híh Gaelige de buinean na daltaí space an soltas you know but then chain tún ar hé meise go dtí an bhanscoil like bhí differ idir an caidian you know a bhí agin sa bhanscoil agus an sin sa bhanscoil like bhí árainn kind of ar scéaltaí a léú agus staidirí anú orthú agus scrúdaí anú ar nar scéalta sin agus ní ró jabal de okay be jabal de éiad a léú nó úmnú but níor heigmuid na scéalta bhí ahan rod fóma ag an glán bhí áir you know so chur an chóir sin na searm sa rodbeg agus cé go ró an sam agam Gaelic Jimmy mé leis an álaíocht in na scala agus hannig mé ras hart fe chuig blin je go hen has mé gálam Gaelic agus an sin te céim agam tú toirt from Maastricht agus tá mé chláir leis an teaching council so
Bit mai.
tá mé múnú Gaelic agus
Agus ten over the gapel heart and shaw first and let you kenna le Jason or chur foil
Yeah, sin é.
I think when a Dutchman's river and River and Clar Cosgol and Gaelic tarrant the Gaelic has shomer shall the killer. Je the world I can fan tossa to fragra shall is vala.
Well, quite bagdan na rire is uber an agus uber car house at mid kind of north ac I suppose doing it and then in the Sierra as an brother to mid Nigeria and not dini a harnt like hele mar football I was just a heart thief a bit more part than football actually because all the shit file na and chanter agus na dini and the one mid in the honey law agus kitchen yeah vi dagar mit sin lá agus you know tasha fear simul and sim at again footballers na dini te charter sha ik fólam foine ik fólam fan chanter ik fólam fin changa an airats an culture agus a hanrod you know tasha kitchen you know mar an all shaku fi dunagal na fi letricani na few fi erin bejer solar danik shit and sha ach tasha neshi geri mar part and football agus kitchen sin role at again ag taku law on the Houston agus tá sé a gcónaí samúil bheith cloisiintir daoine ag fólam an teangas leoga is me sé sin is nach chara is me sé fólam gaala an tamar fád fásta tá foclaí a dúir te tú gcónaí fiosú dá gaala agus caiit a bheith é chleachtú agus é úsáid má tú géirí bhí mar fart an fphobal sin ach dúine in na síra hí an deis mór aganine na daoine háint le chéile agus ácaidí agus betir rudbeg spirid na sprí a chur sean rudaí betir na bhfuil agra síle an anna dhéanú anad leham san nóbar a híglanéanú agus má tá sim ag fphobal in éon rud híglaine taú lá so le chuoi méidna ví a gin bhí mid ag gobar le carhaus hána agus ví gin ag seaartin na Gaelic Chart Suez agus an seaartin cosinn socialta na Social Inclusion Week agus bhín dé rud a rítla chéile an chéadú agus de sé bhí an dúine an nóbar mhór bhí sé anú gáin agus carhaus a méadú agus a taú lá ó híh ácaide chuir seol agus na inta é gháil méid an taú le daoine hart le chéile agus na géalúir cíteam nar a aici mit hartar agus bei na daoine bei an trí daine tá gaion seo bei siad leon seo an dú na gáil ach bei neart gaala ag páistí acu agus bei sin ag méadú tríide fphobal agus just sé gáanta é chluisiint.
Can you process fad termaton agus chuid bheith fad jarcha beidir le cean scríbe sin a bhaintse máú éirechéile béid mar dúirt tún céglún eile fásta be cogéile na níos géalaí na géalaí hen beidir.
Leogus agus
na fáile an seans fásta na deisina an sin dífa fásta.
Agus scórhór de daoine ágad, le tá si de chart an seo betir le trúr na chere bhí an coppla canúid language teangagus a Lord Solarhagan siad an seo agus si just a chur leis agus na antaí.
Agus seansú in hen beidir coppla fácail a fecusús an teangathe sachas an mar sin buint soltama san ar scola cabíle na poisttí agus bebal a codú láfa le na réachtain na tí bag a bhín sacha seans
seanta tú an daine lí.
Seans sin fácail eile atá in Ukraine go móbú seans sa fácail céir an Gaelic. Sé mór. Chance. So an pí táhairta ná cénáid le hol teleolalas a áil ná charter ólas maidir le na rangana an bhfuil mór an aite ar fáil a daoine Buaille a géala go ólam an carhaus.
Ma simig daoine tuairt fin na rangana sin ní mór díobh just go le deaghfuil le Janet níl niver agam os mo hór, but you tú ar Facebook.
Janet,
Janet Harley is coordinator in sin agus so just ar híomh na rang na dé fásta just Buaille mar ré ar an ine te rang ar fáilann sin fásta bon rang fa tásóirí bháin agus kinda an darna ceann sin tamascanon kinda fiosraí agus daoine bhfuil kinda level mai go leor acu so bhí si just a chur ceistorm go dtí an difriad ar an ceannar an bhairt agus an ceannar an aine bhfuil an ceann ar an bhairt tá si ddíria ar an phobal nua a bháin daoine ná bhfuil na neahí fríd an chóir scoile
taithí
bí acu agus leis go ceile ar an aine it's daoine bhil a géirí cinna muín a bhé níos muine Gaelic a leort nó tuairt fhí rudaí eile level eile nó cinna acadí eile bhfuil is a go sin agus a deanta sin ahan bhblion ghlacamid an rang tíomh muí deanamid turas Gaeltachta turas arachta rudaí mar sin mar hampla am lína chuimmuid go dtí an Ghaoine Aile agus fuairmuid Joantas actually ó Túsla's New Community Group for honne solstí. So fuairmuid picnic jazz ó Cara House agus Jimmy muid go dtí an Ghaoine Aile agus bhí lá jazz again.
So big Taurus in yard.
Taurus, yeah. And then bhí an sin an rod mar dúirt Shannon sin bín tú gcónaí ag fólam rodí ón na chéile like agus tu mis ag múnú dína fásna an blinta is agus an méid stof olm olman héin ó díine eile like tag an díineiste agus a taihí héin acu agus mar hapla bhí nuair bhí muid ar an Green aile bhí coppla dain sin a bhfuil andú lacu a chusaí staie so fumuid kennal Dúmar deartha
Leargus different?
Leargus different bhí siad abalta an ólas bhí acu a chur lethair dúine so germs a gur well múntir a tenim but ní really múntir a tenim just facilitator bhfuil is a go sin cos tahí a gahan daine a hagan iste agus caihí muidna mar múntrí nó teagascóirí nó facilitators más a leir sin agus spás a chrúhús na rangine fan na cinnal tahí atá acu agus tá si
Well is manar dúine is manar dute agus dú hen le bheith bhfuil is agad a bheith na chodú don na daoine seo. Manar dúsa le na chlúdú am a chláirsa agus is tá sin na privilege mór sibse a bheith a leithrann seo mar a dúirtmid hana féin is í an teanga géige a thugmid le chéile. It's the Irish that brought us all together here and our Martha's doing it's a source of great pride. Go bhfuil mid abalta an cinneal codúirta seo chathú agus codú le daoine maithú comparda agus codú láfa le dolig le na tradition agus an cultúr na tíre.
Agus fástas are just bín curcail cóir siú lehan lún ag deag go dtí lethir trééis a héon deag agus tugus sin déis do fólamí. Den ar bí country dúthe seán go minic fás, but just ag chud géige tá fóma acus tí sa rang clachtú dhéanú orthaí agus so just buailm sin just a chuma mar ógur fásta.
Well mar is gra tan tólas eile go léir ar fáil ar na main hóisiilta cara house sinna ná barbeidir agus an bhfuil lehanana agah sé na
Donegal Volunteer Centre ar na man sosiálta agus neartála sin faoi rodí hí le daoine anú hena poblúir a bhhain tá ag brethir tá muid lá sésta ar na dhécinint fásta teartagain le bheith ag taú lenar fábail.
Go cinnte gur míle maigus aber le chlár eile holann sinna ag le chartas dearíiste agus déanamid bramid fríd de chláir eile go léir go campsíthe agus sin carcoil
bheit sin go hananta
í tá ar fad. So fáige me sin sinna gur míle mai go bhríist as chartaiste be sé galanta se bh bhéhann seo agus be mu can le bhríist sé jaspéidir i go blianana eile beidir agus can you chlár eile dhéanana you're welcome back this time next year and we'll have another conversation. chun ghlaú le scíiste bagan is mar tá Martin me ganile agus nó lehan ag chartiste agus tu chun couple páirtúú agus tá DMEP fásta tá Martin a genú arlairíochtta le haid na cuasaí agus mar sinnta tá chartan díos sa bblianúirs don na scalarí ag an DMEP fanigí linn.
Ready to transform your smile?
time is...
Sean Bowman Jay Guji a hugta clog an Shaw Ruaille Buaille ar Highland Radio agus míle buchas le Sean O'Caran an sin agus Anne Quinn bhí si brin písa galant an sin le na fólamóí géige agus tá ga ólas ar fáil a Cara House a mar a dúirt a mé hana Buaille amsa scaart a thuirte ma dá banna a géiste an Alabin Eilí McLeod tá sin Inver Garden agus míle buchas as tá cheachtarach agus táid chun pí a ceol a ghlacu inis ó nó lenahan a tan seo sa studio lom agus tá Martin McGinnill Sean Carja am hodin seo ar Ruaille Buaille. Lads, do you táid chuna dhéanú ar dús?
We're going to break into the Bank of Ireland.
Oh! Bring it on! Jimmy Stafford loves to brush his job back the head. Gassery Inta Jasser Fad Martin McGinnill and Shin Erin Nigel August No Lenhan and Shin Foster and a Chundakan there a flood Inta Jasser Fad Gassery to Farron fall to Rover Ashed.
Gotta hear my
couple of bliana and a vision of a steel on the journey because tell you Kjol on the Gassery and Shaw Bio Erin Air Foster Edger Shaw was a hook to clog. August Martin the Martin can torch we a clar at Halyaka Ma again DMEP and you've nailed it again as they say. You've got it's all happening this time of the year for you, Martin, as always.
It's a busy enough time of year. We've about over 400 doing mostly one-to-one lessons right across Donegal from Ballyshannon to Moville, so there's a lot of ground to cover.
Big county.
And a lot of instruments, 30 tutors, and we have 60 timetables. So like tonight up in Errigal, we've got guitar, we've got voice, we've got classical guitar. A woman from Ukraine who's doing a fantastic job teaching classical guitar. She actually had produced a classical guitar tutor in a tutor book in Ukraine. Wow. So she's living in Downings at the minute. And we have violin there. Our full-time violin resource tutor RC is Soya Jabu Alama. She's teaching there along with Irene, and we've piano at Ruaille tonight. We've voice at Errigal. Karen McLaughlin, Karen Henry, she's doing voice and keyboard and that, and wind in Donegal Town. So there's a lot happening across the county, and so more than 400, and we have still a few. If people are interested, if they've got somebody in their house that is going around singing or humming, or
you want to get rid of them?
Child. They want to
an hour a week.
Employ them, so keep them gainfully employed for half an hour. There's classes all across Donegal, so everything's kicking off again.
Yeah, it's great. She's put a lot of work on that to organise it, eh?
You're getting us a lot of calls and that thing. And then we've got the groups starting as well. You see the Donegal Youth Orchestra kicked off last Friday.
Yeah.
So nice to see some new faces there, young musicians. You know, they come in and they're kind of shying, and you know, a few years later they're tearing it out big lumps, as they say. And they're Vincent Kennedy. He's way off somewhere at the moment. He's got a piece which has been premiered somewhere. I think is it in the continent or the States or somewhere. But he's the conductor. He comes down from Dublin, and so that kicked off. And then the chamber orchestra started last Saturday, and the junior strings. So there's performing groups as well kicking off. Then the big success has been the ukulele program. You know,
Yeah.
on
Amazing.
schools. There's something about the ukulele.
How do you keep up with that? With the demand?
See, it's kind of like it kind of took off despite our best efforts, and schools kept getting in touch. So we ended up with about 1,000 ukulele players across Donegal.
Wow.
And with still more schools interested. So for the last 2 years, we've had a concert. This year was at the start of May. 350 plus accordion players from all over the county coming in on buses. And they all go up on stage in the Green and Theatre, and they entertain them. You know, every school plays, and then at the end, all the teachers come on stage, and the 350 or 70 of them, they all play Country Roads and something else, so we all listen to them. You know, so it's amazing to hear that many.
They're all on the ukuleles,
and they're all playing. You know, they're all playing and singing and having a great time, and so it's a very accessible.
Schools in with Keju were here, and Acres were here, and it fairly blew us out of the water now. What they were capable.
I don't know if they're with us.
Whether they are or not, they
but
really could do it. Yeah.
There's a lot of music happening in the national schools, which is great because, you know, when you talk about access in Donegal and you talk about, you know, affordability and all that sort of thing, a teacher going in there and teaching ukulele or teaching, like we have an East Donegal fiddle program as well. Right. Paul Harrigan does that for us. So he's gone in there, and the kids are there anyway. They don't have to travel to the lesson. They don't, and it's much more affordable. So it's a great way of delivering music and getting the young kids interested in music as well.
How are the logistics in terms of teaching the ukulele and supplying them? How does that come about? It's not by chance anyway.
Yeah, well, we started off, we were getting the ukuleles, and then I ended up having to tune 300 ukuleles, and I said, listen.
By the time you finish, you'll be back to square one.
I said, I don't really want to see any more ukuleles in the building. So then the schools started getting them themselves, which it makes more sense, you know, and then we give them a hand to tune them up and all that. So it is a bit of a logistical thing, you know, because you've got a class there, 25 kids, you know, and you've 25 ukuleles to be tuned up.
Yeah.
So
but they have to learn themselves though anyway, don't they? I mean,
they'd have to
eventually.
Yeah, and the teacher should really, you know, ideally the teacher takes an interest as well. But some teachers actually are kind of they're afraid of ukuleles for some reason.
But you don't want guitar now when there's a bunch of winds there waiting to be, you know, it can be challenging enough.
That's great. And we started a brass program, which is kind of interesting, in the Glenties area. So we've I think we've 25 or 30 doing that in 3 different schools, you know, playing, you know, big, you know, sort of like trombones and trumpets and all. We just kicked that off. We got help from from Music Generation, and we're working on cooperation with the Glenties Brass Band. So, like, we're hoping that we started it off, I think, you know, close to the start of the year, or maybe before that. And we're hoping they might be able to play a tune at our Christmas concert, which is in the Green on the 15th of December. But I have to talk to Dave Whaley, who's great. He's a brass man. He lives in Letchermick Ward. And I'll have to talk to him and see if it's going to be feasible.
About the best way to
but there's about 30 brass players, you know, and hopefully they might come through. The Glenties Brass Band is there as an outlet for them, you know, and it'll replace some of the members that the brass band has lost, and maybe try and keep that brass band going there in Glenties, and also help out the youth orchestra, because we need brass players for the youth orchestra as well.
Amazing what's going on as well at you know, and around the county.
I mean, it's very good, like, because you've a lot of traditional music, and I mean, I'm a fiddler myself. So you've got the Crannog and Gidor, you've got Kevin O'Donnell around Duncanely, you've got the Sweeney School, Ballyshannon, Bundoran area, and
Teresa Kavanagh.
And Teresa Kavanagh, and then and you've Music Project, and you've Liz Doherty and Buncrana. So There's a
Paul,
lot of
Joel-
children.
Joel McCullough.
Paul,
Oh,
of course,
yeah,
Joel
yeah.
McKillia, yeah, and the summer school, which is such a success as well. And Paul's doing fantastic work here in Letterkenny, has turned out some great musicians. So it's all very positive, you know. And as far as I'm concerned, the more children are exposed to music, the better, you know. Because
Oh, you're opening doors to them, yeah, no doubt about it.
Aye, and it's great. I kind of feel sorry for piano players a wee bit because they have to, and we have an awful lot of piano players. We have about 150 people learning piano, and I think I'm going to offer them the chance to play another instrument as well at a reduced price. Sort of plan, because I'm thinking of them sitting at home playing away by themselves on the piano. You know, and they could be out now. I know that some might play keyboards in a band or something at some stage, but piano players tend to be a kind of a solitary lot in the way I look at it, and it'd be good to get them involved in groups or bands or orchestras or something.
But you can't lift the piano and take it with you in your back.
Well, that's it. You see,
it might be part of it. Come here, lads. Glad the piece of Kjol. No, to toss an hour on the Kjol. Okay.
Or on Darabanyam on Buaille Buaille.
Galanta.
Fa couple of rod abel sim agam on. Na henache agus diolch.
Have it all covered there.
Yeah.
One on we shame cradley. Stoch ra sin chatarish the gran. Ni as baby ach jawlji. Adagadali hu hulchin. Is masalum hin skres na tree to a veya dolly a lakalum. Snach njarn to G na dollas a cheer. Lat fina eskapol. Need warn enli ta megin an chuchan trinach nan charrak. Ach ma wan an bwy a vi landen kri varlam henach nos as a grak. Bil shajir gol na cheese churcher go main marchen shal. Nilin vrindawin shanach legen shees. Ugla go win Boston tart. Shejir mustor arm liggen den all. No nach win shabiach shalbug jar. Ach, there's Malager hug she a vreg. Gervad Jemma Hilson Joch Uda al. Marnach wecken sheven. On Thebine Rea hui an egg den tartar bal. Ach, horse na chleva flock a giwer mel. Marnie ween shav brain and ye were mine.
Rínta jazz nóil míle buíthe an bunan buí an sin ceolta bio ar an air agus sin nó lenahan tá flathú lena chujama le bula biste thuganne agus sin a runtlinne. DMEP, told go there. All your information is on the man social. How are my buddies getting on down in Falcara at the School of Rock?
That's right. They're all getting on really well. We've Declan McClafferty's doing guitar there, and there's I tell you, I was down at they did a summer concert there in PCC. I'll tell you, I was really impressed with the progress they're making. You know, Tina Verbeek is one of the country's best voice tutors, so she's operating there and has some lovely young singers coming on, and then Declan McClafferty on guitar. They're all playing very confidently and singing and everything, and then Jim Milley on piano. So No, it's going really well.
Yeah, Hannah
and-
Nick-Fwagin is a graduate of that program, and Ella Fitzgerald, they're both doing really well. And Michal Fwagin is another man. Those three.
Yeah.
I saw Michal on the stage down in Gidor there before last year. Kjol drama, one of the musicals.
Yeah, they're
Fantastic.
very talented. There's a lot of talent.
Talented
around
and
Donegal.
hard working, my friend.
Yeah.
They're
Well, you see, that's what you have to. I suppose you learn that in music because you don't make progress unless you put the work in. You can have all the talent in the world, and it'll still be just talent until you put the work in and take it out. You know. So I down in Falkirk, I was just looking at Hannah B. Or they have the band Hannah B. They did a gig, and I think RT were there
That's right.
recording it in
Yeah,
Gidor, and that should be coming up. Because RT announced their new program, so and Gig War is coming up, and there's going to be bands from. I saw that there's a Leash band there, and there's a Kildare band, and Donegal will be represented by Hannah B. So they went up to. There was a big in the National Convention Centre earlier on this year. Music Generation had a big day, and Hannah B. The band went up and played at it and did really well.
Yeah.
And funny enough. Music Generation had their annual conference, and the minister was at it, and they only asked a handful of music acts from around the country. And Tetiana Kovalova, she's the woman the Ukrainian that's teaching the classical guitar, and she's a band called Sunflowers. She only started teaching them about hardly a year ago, over a year ago. Just they were up playing at that at Dublin Castle for that big Music Generation conference. They asked them up because they were so impressed, and they also played at a major guitar festival in Inishowen there over the summer. So Donegal's been well represented on a national stage, which is it's great to see. You know,
Brilliant. So, information on the courses. The course the illegal year and told us their file and save dmep.ie page.
dmep.ie. Yeah, we've still got some places on the music program, scattering there, and we'd obviously like to fill them. And then there's information about things that are coming up. Culture Night is going to be then the next thing on the agenda. The Donegal Youth Orchestra will be doing a rehearsal at the Regional Cultural Centre as usual, but they open it up to the public. So we had our parent organisation is Donegal ETB. So we had the chief executive, Anne McHugh, on the Triangle there at one recent one of those. So she might be back. We have the Triangle polished up and ready to go if she does come along. And then the Chamber Orchestra are playing in Conwell Church as well. They have a big programme there. So there's going to be a lot of things happening on Culture Night, and that's just our week contribution to it. So
That's Termage Jerry McClare Dracher. So Sinna Will, Funyan Charton, Sean Char, Ruaille Buaille, Bahart to Clog, Bull to Lynn, Tommy Rosny, Mila Buhis Latsa. Thanks a million, Tommy, as usual. Been Goni Lum and Shaw, Codulum, Le Fum, Agus Technoliacht, Agus Naman Hochilta, Agus Mila Buhis, Len E. Cantury, Avian Shaw, Nisaloihe, Sean O'Caran. Agus Anne Quinn, Elena, Lena, agus Sergei, agus Lorshid go galant, agus go hudras fan na ruddy illegal years na cursi at her file a Cara House and Shaw let you kennen. To Michigan Emertonish by Tommy Abu Godgerta and Shin Guji Mani Hishilam Lena Clart Kjol Chira agus Skyhin Kjol agus Bimmer Ashton Charton Shahogin the tell you Ruaille Buaille Ejera Yalin Slan
Hospital. Olive Martin died at Darlington Memorial